Appreciate it. The old regime. Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. All right. Mono red prison. So this deck has been doing well in Modern Fringes for a little while. It's one of those kind of metagamey decks that's playing Chalice of the Void. Notably, most of the recent lists were playing 4 copies of Karn, the Great Creator, for some utility out of the sideboard. This card's actually really sweet in this archetype because alongside Blood Moon, Karn plus Liquimetal Coating lets you kill your opponent's lands. So, like, you get to Blood Moon them, and then, like, Liquimetal Coating kill their basic lands, so they just can't cast any of their spells. So, like, this deck now, like, fully embodies the misery that is Modern. Out of the new set, notably, we've added 4 copies of Goblin Engineer to try out in this deck today, which is why you'll note that there's 2 copies of Darksteel Citadel in the mana base, along with some copies of Ichor Wellspring. So this gives us a little bit of utility in the main deck, as well as allowing us to, like, recover Ensnaring Bridges or Trinispheres that have otherwise been destroyed or removed. So let's dive on into some matches of Magic here and see how this goes. Notably, for other people out there who are aspiring mono-red prison players, you'll note my selection of mismatched white bordered mountains. These are a necessity if you're going to play this archetype. It's really important that you have a selection of mismatched white bordered basic mountains, because if you are playing a deck like this, it is to embody putting your opponent on tilt, of which these basic mountains are able to do so to the fullest extent. So this is not what I would classify as a fair deck in Modern. This is a prison deck more than a fair interactive deck. This is a deck that I would describe as having a high amount of matchup variance in Modern. This is a deck where when it's good, it's basically unbeatable, and when it's bad, it's borderline unplayable. There's a big range on what you're gonna feel with a deck like this. I think I'm supposed to mulligan here. No second land feels bad. It's really annoying that they didn't just, like, put the London mulligan back onto Moto right away. Kind of wish they would have. I'm gonna leave this here. I have a Goblin Engineer in my opener, so might as well leave that on top. Turn 2 Blood Moon on the play. Welcome to Modern. Oh no! Oh no! Not a big mean Inquisition. This is so incredibly rude. If you just would have not had this card, opponent, you wouldn't get to play Magic this game. Why do you want to play Magic this game? What's in it for you, opponent? What's in it? What's in it for you? What do you stand to gain from this? Why you have to be so interactive? I think I'm gonna put Ensnaring Bridge in the bin here. I could just bin an Ichor Wellspring and draw a bunch of cards. So what do we think is better? Like, against Green Black Rock, do I think this bridge is likely to live? I guess the Goblin Engineer is not super likely to live in general. I'm gonna ditch the Ichor Wellspring. So this sacrifices an artifact to return an artifact with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is a card that draws a card when it enters play and when it dies. So you can, like, Wellspring, sack Wellspring, get back Wellspring. So you just draw a ton of cards. I don't think so, Burgle. Their deck is like a bunch of removal. I think I want to just, like, try and find myself another Blood Moon here. This can be activated instant speed, right? Yeah, good stuff. Sure. Alright. Brabble Rabble. For people who haven't seen this card's like a better Legion War boss in a lot of ways. All of your goblins have to attack each turn, but this thing gets a lot of power when it attacks. Which is nice. Sure. Karn does shut off clue tokens. So, do I just plus targeting Ichor Wellspring here? I think I want to just plus targeting Ichor Wellspring and pass. Well, so like, I don't want to get the Lattice proactively because if I get the Lattice, then they like trophy the Karn. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just plus on here and pass. And then if they don't interact with this, next turn I can down tick, get Lattice, play Lattice. For people not familiar, so Karn's static text is it turns off artifacts, which does conveniently shut off clues here, which is sweet. That, alongside the card Mycosynth Lattice in our sideboard here, makes all of my opponent's stuff just stop working. It makes everything artifacts, then my opponent's artifacts don't work. So their lands stop working, their activated abilities on Planeswalkers stop working. No, I want Ichor Wellspring to block on the backswing. If I attack with Ichor Wellspring, they're not going to block, and then a single removal spell lets them attack Karn. I'd prefer they're not able to attack Karn. Idol, thank you for the 22 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Ichor Wellspring's kind of a sweet addition to Goblin Engineer, like working okay with Karn as well here, which is kind of fun. We want them to just tap out for something that's not killing Karn. He says as his opponent taps out to kill Karn. Alright, it's looking for Blood Moons and Ensnaring Bridges at this point. Perfect. I think I'm going to put this on 2. It locks them off of casting Assassin's Trophy. You're me, Yugi boy. This is all I got. Some of these decks have like a Maelstrom Pulse in the main deck, and some of them still play Abrupt Decay, but I do think putting it on 2 is pretty correct here. Liliana alt is technically a way too, that's true. That takes a little while though. How do I like the glasses? I like them. They are serving their purpose. I haven't had any vision related headaches in the last week, which is nice. My contact's supposed to be getting me set up with a referral link and sponsorship stuff for them. Should have it set up by Monday, I believe. Or possibly over the weekend. Yeah, exactly, Burgle. The bridge lets us sit here and build up goblins, and the goblins can't attack because I don't have cards, and then eventually we just move to combat with 1 card in hand to attack them. Yeah, the goblin tokens are flickering for everyone, Mark. It's a Moto feature. Notice it's easier to get to sleep. I'm not someone who ever really has a problem getting to sleep. Unless I have like a splitting headache, I usually just fall right asleep. Flickering Flickering is confirmed to feature. It's Moto trying really hard to be animated, yeah. Alright, there's Liliana the Veil. Sword and Shield, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I killed Liliana with the Goblin tokens this turn, right? Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Liliana's dead to Goblin tokens. Ooh, I can Abrade Ichor to draw a card. That's true. It's not really doing anything else, right? Might as well. And by that, I mean I have a Chalice the Void. Just forget sure to trigger it, right? That's exactly how that works. Ooh. To people who are newer viewers who got into Magic with Arena, this is Magic the Gathering Online. This is Magic's, let's call it a legacy application. We are currently playing Modern, which is one of Magic's non-rotating formats. This is a format where it only gets larger over time. Cards are never removed unless they are banned. Hey, thanks for the 15 months to Mox. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So we're going to run our Goblin friends headlong into this Liliana the Veil again here. We have exactly 7 of them, so... I'm back. I had to get my Amazon Prime. I didn't realize that was a free perk. You're the only one who has my Twitch Prime heart. Thanks, Sword and Shield. Yeah, Prime's great. You're one of the many people around the world who has Amazon Prime. You can link it up with your Twitch account and get a free sub every single month. You can join us here in chat. Pop on into the subs Discord. Opponent's going to draw through basically their entire deck with these tireless trackers. So, like, if they have another answer to this Chalice, they're going to find it. Would really like to draw another Karn here so we can shut off these clues. Cast Grey Ogre. And again, even though the goblins have to attack, the bridge keeps them at bay. So we just get to sit here and build up 3 goblin tokens per turn. And then eventually, once we have a lethal number of goblin tokens, we will just move to combat with Ensnaring Bridge with a card in hand, and all the goblin tokens will get to run them down. Opponent has 27 cards remaining in their deck and 18 minutes remaining on their clock. Yeah, mono red prison deck, solidly living up to its name so far. This is probably a good deck to play on a Moto only day, because this is probably not a deck that we could play 5 complete matches of in time. Can we beat a sweeper? Yeah, definitely. We have Chandras in our deck. So, like, if they kill the Rabblmasters and they can't kill the bridge, we can still win the game. Next turn we 2-turn clock them, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 goblins. So we'll hit them for 10 and then 10. Is it time to restart Moto? No, we've only been playing for an hour. This is just how slow Magic Online always runs. It is. Yeah, we broke 1,000 early, so. Like I said, if you're a fan of modern and non-rotating formats, make sure you hang out for most of the day. If today's numbers are decent and the YouTube numbers are reasonable, I plan to add a modern-only day every week for the rest of the month until we get the new set on Arena next month. Opponent has elected to concede. I wonder, like, what could they possibly be drawing to there that, like, that's the point where they concede, right? Like, what was the out? Can you make sound effects and voice lines? I cannot. But I mean, like, if they had a Maelstrom Pulse, why would they concede at that point? Like, what was the out that they were drawing to that Blood Moon suddenly cut them off of? So Anger's not very good here. Spyglass seems fine. Remember, I want to leave... Some of these cards need to stay in the sideboard for a way to fetch with Karn. What is regenerate? Regenerate prevents something from being destroyed. That's like want a Dragon Claw to gain life off of red spells. Maybe Anger. Anger's probably fine. I mean, they had basics, though, chat. They had basics of both their colors. It's like, what could Blood Moon have possibly been cutting them off of? Pretty easy mulligan on the Hearthstone hand here. This hand's not amazing, but it's definitely keepable. I'm going to bottom that. Faster Karn doesn't really do anything. Kind of looking to find an artifact to activate Goblin Engineer with here, like find a Blood Moon. If Trinisphere is in play and you've got Chalice on 3, does it stop all 1, 2, and 3 cost spells? It does not. What do the kids say? YOLO? They're probably going to float mana and then trophy this in response, but that's fine. It gives me a land. So they can float green mana here and then, ooh, Decay's worse for us. I was okay getting trophied there because trophy gives me a third land, but... And, like, you definitely want to just jam the Blood Moon right away because the more turns they get, the more likely they are to fetch more basics. I'm going to drop a bridge in the bin here. If we draw any artifact, we get a bridge. Alright, well, I mean, we're not in a good spot, but this is like, I guess this actually, so this is, I guess this is a little awkward, right? Because, like, it lets me trade this out, but it fills my hand. Sorry. Thank you. Fixed it. So are they killing this? Because if they're not killing this, they shouldn't have given this a 5th power. Really hoping to draw a land next turn. Or a Simian Spirit Guide. To be able to get our hand empty so the Goyf can't attack us anymore. Sounds good, Divik. I mean, I'm gonna go for the Lattice Lock if I can. Perfect. I actually want to just play this out, right? So I have like a backup way to, like, maybe jamming the Blood Moon is right, but like having a way, like, if they don't kill the bridge this turn to keep the bridge protected seems really strong here. Ewok the Brave, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yep. Taking Karn makes sense because that shuts off their clues. So, like, with these Ichor Wellsprings, if they don't do anything here, I just get to, like, draw 2 at their end step. Which I think is okay. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to keep my hand under however many cards these have in it. These things are huge at this point. They were less huge a second ago. I'm probably supposed to play a second bridge here. It feels bad if they pulse me, but, like, if they have a trophy, I don't want to die because I lose my only bridge and I'm at 8. Yeah, if the Goblin Engineer lives, you can just sit there and loop Wellsprings to draw 2 every turn. Oh, that's true. That's true. Abrade beats Pulse. So I guess I hold on to the Abrade. I guess I should hold on to the Abrade to beat Pulse. I could Abrade my Wellspring. No, I'm gonna hold on to it to beat Pulse. It means I don't get to build up Goblin tokens, but I think that's fine. Oh, Lily kills them anyways. Yeah, that's super true. Oh my god, I just clicked through that. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Alright, run it back. This application's just so slow and fucking clunky that, like, I want to keep my hand on the next key. And I just assumed they were cracking a clue. And didn't stop. Sand's fine. Not amazing, but fine. I guess it's actually pretty okay. It doesn't have a fast Blood Moon, but it has, like, Wellspring and Goblin Engineer, which is a nice one, too. It's a good piece of filler for the middle. They alt Lily, Walking Ballista is your only win condition. Yeah, but that's fine. It's kind of more than okay. Chandra. Chandra's another win condition too, Fearburger, actually. Taking 30 seconds to think about it. Bob technically kills them through a bridge as well. Oh no, not my Ichor Wellspring. Ooh. Did someone order a Stone Ring? So, Liquimetal Coating makes a permanent an artifact, and then Karn pluses to make an artifact a creature equal to its converted mana cost. So Karn, Liquimetal Coating a land, is a Stone Rain every single turn. Oh no. Read. The Ren deck is a viewer-submitted list that I made some modifications to. So I'm plussing on the Wellspring here rather than killing... Well, for starters, their clue doesn't do anything because I have a Karn in play. Second is that I want to make sure I have two creatures to play defense for Chandra here. Yeah, we have the Lattice lock next turn because Chandra makes double red. So if they don't have a way to interact with us, if they just tap out for something silly, we're in a good spot. I think Bear Assault is better than Seismic Assault. To set a bar that's low, I think Bear Assault is probably better than Seismic Assault. I think my opponent's auto-passing, which means they're dead. Alright. My opponent can no longer make mana or activate abilities on things. So, all of my opponent's lands are artifacts, and my opponent's artifacts can't be activated. Welcome to Thunderdome. Hey, Unimonkey, welcome back. Hope you're having a good one. Opponents have enough. Can we let their own Bob kill them? Yep, mud prison. Everything's an artifact. And you're an artifact, and you're an artifact. Everybody's an artifact. Goblin Engineer was, like, kind of sweet in that set of games, huh? The Ichor Wellsprings alongside Karn were also, like, not bad. Seems kind of neat. Hey, Squid Squad, thanks for the sub gifties. The interaction with Ichor and Karn was what? Karn makes Ichor Wellspring a creature so it can block. I think this is fine. I'm just gonna go Mountain Go. Damok! Stolen out some sub gifties. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend. I mean, this deck has a lot of cards that are, like, pretty reasonable against combo decks. And I think against Watery Grave on one, I'm just going to ditch an Ichor Wellspring again here. Just, like, queue up some card advantage. Did someone ask about fairies? It wasn't pretty if so. Wow! We activated their archive trap. Yikes. Yikes! We activated their trap card. I think Moto's UI update makes the application feel incredibly disjointed. It feels like they've taken loading screens and, like, it feels like they've half changed the application. It feels kind of awkward. Someone asked why there's a Trinisphere in the main deck and not the sideboard. There should probably be one in the sideboard. Would you welcome a facelift to the game interface then? I don't know. Yay, Chalice. This is going to mill me out pretty quickly here. Another Goblin Engineer. And ditch Liquimetal Coating in the bin. Yeah, they got rid of the competitive leagues because I assume they don't have enough people to play in both types of leagues anymore. That would be the natural conclusion, I think. Alright, that's a Karn. The question is, can we Karn and lock them before this becomes relevant? I'm not sure that we can. Because, yeah, we're losing 4 cards here, which puts us to 12. Yeah, I can make Orb a creature and then Anger. That's true. I think that has to happen, huh? And then next turn, we lock them off of being able to cast spells. So, like, maybe we have a chance. Ooh, that's a really good draw. What a weird game. Alright, so my opponent can't make mana anymore. Go. As always, the deck list is on your screen. You can type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list as well. If you're someone who's not subscribed, there's a deck list link below the stream also. Okie doke. Oh, and Lattice just attacks for 6 every turn as well once it's in play, right? That seems pretty good. Eidolon and Chandra seem good. Trinisphere and Anger do not. Chalice seems a little bit mediocre. You know, I haven't really been a fan of this archetype in Modern in the past, but between Goblin Engineer and this Karn, it actually seems super reasonable. Hey, Ephemeral, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh yeah, Bridge doesn't do anything. Duh. Thank you. Suddenly excited about Modern again. Thanks for the 9 months, Piffed. I appreciate that. And the one and only Snoop Doge. Thanks for the half a year of support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Elves gained Ophi and the green-black Horizon land. I've got a lot of time. I got a good amount of time between now and my next paper tournament. I'm planning to play Paper Modern in July at the Net Energy event, but got a little bit of time to figure out what I'm doing between now and then. I'm gonna mulligan this. Let's not get caught with our hand in the cookie jar. Sure, this hand's great. $20 for a Lattice lock as promised, and 30 towards Ren and 6. Sounds good, Nivik. I'm gonna bottom this. I don't have any artifacts in my hand, so the Goblin Engineer is not particularly good at the moment. Also, searching my deck's a bit of a liability in the face of their traps, right? It activates that trap card. Alright, so they're going to have both their basics here, but I probably still Bloodmoon them on 2, just to lock them off of getting more colors. Now I do need to draw some lands here, so we can hit our 4 mana things on time. Hey, Nifty, thanks for the 8 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Opponent also missing land drops. Their deck has a little bit more cheap cards than ours does, though. Ren will be up 2 decks from now. So Scale Up, in fact, had a lot of donations behind it to get cut in today. So we'll be doing Scale Up followed by Red, Green, Ren after this. And as a heads up, Moto Leagues take a while. So we're probably not getting to Red, Green, Ren. Like, this league's probably going to be another hour and a half. And then the next one could easily be, 90 minutes to 2 hours. Alright, well, that kills that at least. Orb only getting to mill 2 cards. Alright, sure. On to the next one. Today is all Modern, but I'm saying the leagues take a while, Draven. So to to get to Red Green Ren through this league and through another league could be 4 hours from now. Because matches on Moto are incredibly slow. Does that command make me look like too much of a liability? What do we think? On a scale of 1 to liability, where does that command put me at? I missed a letter in there. That's true. I didn't use the word disappointed, which was a key piece of verbiage that I was told makes me a liability. All right, so I'm actually gonna, since I drew this Chandra, I'm gonna Eidolon on 2 rather. So I was going to Abrade this crab, but because I have the Chandra to kill the crab now, I'm going to go ahead and Chandra on 3 and kill the crab and save the Abrade for an artifact. Sounds good, Big Kitty. I'm going to be sending out a sub-survey for June as well. So people who are interested in letting their voices be heard for the type of content that we have on this channel and the frequency of it, be sure to, I'll post in the Discord and stuff when I put the sub-survey out as well. Yeah, they milled themselves. They must have some kind of Delirium card they're interested in enabling. Hey, what's going on, little McNugget? Thank you for the support. Oh, they had Murderous Cut. That makes sense. That makes sense. Chandra gets us to mana to lattice them pretty quickly, huh? The Infect deck was a cut the line. It's not currently in the deck queue. I can't wait for the Windows Vista update, Tim TGO. Oh, Mark, sorry I missed it. Welcome back. With my sub, and that $5 can go towards the Teamer deck. Sounds good, Mark. We actually just had someone add a Teamer tempo deck, so we'll get that bumped up. Yeah, I agree. I think the biggest hurdle in my mind for this application becoming more accessible is simply the fact that it needs a mouse over interface. This is the first deck no, this is the second deck of the day. Blue black fairies died in a not so glorious dumpster fire. It was not pretty. So, unless they have a way to interact with this on the stack or this in play, or kill the Chandra, I suppose, they're going to get locked out again next turn. They milled themselves again. Do they have another Set Adrift? That's true. As long as they don't Hercules recall us, we're good to go here. And Karn plussing on Mycosynth Lattice kills them relatively quickly here. Alright. Alright. 2-0. Slow and steady. Yeah, you could technically abrade their lands, but their lands don't do anything, right? Yeah, the Lattice turns off Delirium as well. Does it? No, they're artifacts in addition to other types, so it doesn't turn off Delirium. Sure. His hand really wants an artifact to go with the Goblin Engineer, so... Urza's power plant. Alright, so that means this is getting Liquimetal Coating. He has Liquimetal Coating, lets us Stone Rain the opponent every turn with Karn. So Blood Moon is not good enough in this matchup alone. You need something else with it. So Blood Moon plus Stone Raining them every single turn might be enough. Ooh, they put bad cards in their Tron deck. Yay, bad cards. Woo, bad cards. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Now Blood Moon's much better. Blood Moon is really good against Eldrazi Tron. It's like passable against Green Tron, but it is very good against Eldrazi Tron because they have all these cards that explicitly require colorless mana. All right, what are we doing with this? I think I'm plussing for the turn. Cannon Gear! Thank you for the 7 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Waste does count as a basic land. Oh no! Their Karn stops our Liquimetal Coating from working. That's unfortunate. So if I Lattice, we both get locked off of doing things, chat. And put a Wellspring in the bin so we can threaten to draw cards later. They revealed a Sky Sovereign Council flagship. Crew is an activated ability. Why do I need a bridge? Why do I need a bridge? Oh, they can make it a creature with Karn, though. It is summoning sick this turn, that is true. How do I kill Karn? To people who are saying we need to kill Karn, how does that happen? Ballista can't be activated. They have a Karn in play. Ballista can't be activated. They have a Karn in play. If I play Lattice, there's 2 less cards in my deck than my opponent's deck, so I lose. And they can't Lattice me next turn because their Karn dies if they downtick. So I think the plan here is get this bridge, and then at their end step, we'll Engineer, get Wellspring, Engineer, get bridge back, and draw 2 cards and see where we go from there, I think is the plan. That's not gonna end. Chalice. Chalice isn't very good here, opponent. So Karn pluses to kill Chalice, which is nice. Hey, Gundam. I hope you have a good wedding. Happy Friday. So we get to draw 2 cards with Ichor Wellspring here, which is nice. Man, can we pour one out for Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and her previous ability to be able to kill opposing planeswalkers? Remember when Chandra used to kill opposing planeswalkers? Pepperidge Farm remembers. How do I win this turn? So, I think I Chandra, kill this, attack all of these into their Karn. If we lattice them, we could use Simian Spirit Guides to abrade their Karn. That is technically correct. Which one could argue is the best kind of correct. Please just be another Chalice and not a Walking Ballista. It's a Walking Ballista. Please be Chalice. It's a Walking Ballista. Yikes. Alright, so hoping for a copy of Abrade here. Yeah, but it blocks, so I can't kill their Karn anymore. No, Ballista has +1/+1 counters on it. Karn does not just kill it. I think I'm just plussing Chandra here. Hoping to hit an Abrade. Hit a mountain. Penna Montana, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I'm going to pass here. Chat, everybody suggesting we get artifacts. None of our artifacts have activated abilities as long as this is in play. None of our artifacts have activated abilities as long as this is in play. I mean, like, I see people in chat complaining about this game, but I think Burgo kind of hit the nail on the head. This type of game is like everything that Modern's kind of about. It's like kind of weird and very unique gameplay patterns that are just different than what you're used to for the most part in Magic. My opponent minus their Karn and went and got an artifact that they can't activate. So that happened. So they're dead. They went and got a Ratchet Bomb. I think we were a favorite to win this game regardless, but my opponent definitely threw it in the garbage can at the end there. A Goke, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We have a lot of cards that, like, aren't very good in this matchup, but I don't have a lot of cards that are worth bringing in out of my sideboard. I guess Spyglass is fine. Anger and Chalice are both kind of mediocre. Hey, Moniz, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm going to board in Ensnaring Bridge just because getting it with Karn's kind of difficult. Maybe I'd board in Walking Ballista too. Just because, like, I'm rarely going to be tutoring for it with Karn. Like, my Karn tutors being Lattice, Spyglass, Liquimetal Coating is probably more than sufficient. That's true, actually. Chalice works with Goblin Engineer, which probably means which probably means that it's worth leaving in. Engineer. The Engineer with Ichor Wellspring really powers through stuff. Hey, McNux, welcome back for a quarter of a year. We've got a smattering of different things going on in this deck. So we've got Goblin Engineer out of the most recent set, Modern Horizons, that released yesterday on Magic Online. Then we've got some Karn, the Great Creators, from the recent Standard set. Playing a Lockout/Prison style deck. Pretty easy mulligan here. No second mana source. Yeah, I got some Engineers and some Wellsprings. Let's do it. Goblin Engineer is like a sweet mashup of that old Legacy card and like the Tutor effect stapled onto it. It's kind of a neat card overall. I think he's gonna go find a Ensnaring Bridge here. Yeah, Goblin Welder, that's the one. It's definitely pays homage to a Goblin Welder style card. Huh, well there's a bridge. Do I just go get Liquimetal Coating then in case I draw a Karn? I think I just go get Liquimetal Coating here. Since I already have 2 Wellsprings to draw cards with and a bridge in hand. Iztick, thanks for keeping on with the tier 1 sub. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. I guess they do this, right? So the fact that they have Thought Knots here potentially could be a reason to get... How much am I looking at to get Ban Eldrazi back on the list for today? Usually I look for a $50 donation to cut things into the current day's list. Moniz. And today's that a good draw? I think that draw was decent. And today's like the first day of a new set release, so there's a lot of people, like for instance, Scale Up Infect and Red Green Ren are both, it would be after those still, because those ones each have $100 behind it. Ginger Wookie, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. If the games today go all right, I think I'm gonna do 10 or 12 hours, so we'll see. We'll see. Depends on what the numbers look like and how I'm feeling. Basic waste. Rude. Yeah, I definitely messed up by not getting a second bridge here with this. I should have been thinking about Thought Knot. Green Black Elves gets Collector Ophi in the New Horizon land. We did win the first game. Yeah. If this was a bridge, we'd be in a pretty good spot. Dead in 2 here, unfortunately. I guess we're technically not dead in 2 with the Goblin Engineer activation, but we're like effectively dead in 2. That's not a bridge because I boarded in my 4th copy of Bridge. No, the 3 Land War Elves card is really bad. Like, astonishingly bad. Many of the cards in this... Modern Horizons should not have been named Modern Horizons. A more apt name for the set Modern Horizons would be Time Spiral 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Most of the cards in this set are not constructed playable in terms of Modern. Is this sacrifice artifact? No, from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, this can get it from... Can it get it from exile? Is that true? Is that how Magic works? Or in exile. Yeah, look at that. Oh, they're both attacking me. Deal. Go to 4. Alright, need to draw a land here. So we can abrade this plus play the bridge. We can cast Bridge into Chalice and Engineer it back. Does that leave us with too many cards in our hand, though? Because remember, my hand has to be under 4 cards. Lattice also just ends up locking us out from a position like this, right? Ooh, I can Chalice for 0. That's a good call. That's why we boarded this in, to be fair. We boarded this in because it works with Goblin Engineer. We almost left Anger of the Gods in. For people saying Karn could kill this, he can, but then he can't fetch a bridge for us, which is the issue. Correct. We're sacking the Chalice. If we sack the Wellspring, the Thought-Knot Seers can attack. Trigger. Oh, Eldrazi Tron players. That's fine. I think we're dead if they get Lattice anyways, but we'll always have that Dismember moment at least. Yeah, the problem, Fearburger, is they kill us with Thought-Knot Seers before that happens. Yeah, their Chalice countered their own spell. Goblin Engineer with Ensnaring Bridge has been real good so far today, believe it or not. To the surprise of few, it's been real good. Bolting me with Flagship is not a legal play. Good try, though. You can't activate Liquimetal Coating while your opponent has a Karn in play, chat. I almost feel like we need a counter for the number of things people are going to suggest we do that just aren't legal plays while a Karn is out. All of their ways to take Bridge off a table, I believe, don't beat our card. That's kind of scary. That kills us. I guess I'm getting Spyglass, right? Just doesn't matter. I'm getting Spyglass. JK. JK, LOL, we fine. All is dust. All right, I mean, they could technically kill our Blood Moons, huh? They could technically kill our Blood Moons. Yeah, actually, that's gonna be the game-winning play, Justin, right? We need to get to enough mana to get Lattice. We need 8 mana, right? We need to be able to play Lattice with 2 floating so we can abrade their Karn. Unfortunately, our Darksteel Citadel doesn't currently make mana because their Karn shuts it off. Just to add some more layers to this onion that we're peeling back here. We're up a game, and my opponent's down to 12 minutes on their clock, so that could maybe be relevant to the long term. You know, if they would have gotten Lattice much earlier, it would have won the game for them. But because they waited till now, I just get to do this. Oh, wait! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, I punted! Oh, I could have killed their card, right? Oh, no! Oh, no! We play on. Oh, no! Oh, no! I realized as I was clicking. Yeah, my opponent had messed up earlier by not getting that sooner. And then I messed up there by... Yeah, the Abrade plays have been loose. Oh, I could kill their Citadel. That's true. But if I kill their Citadel, that'll remind them that they can kill my Citadel. I don't know that that's worthwhile. Well, I don't want to play the Moon out if I can avoid it, because they have an All is Dust. So, like, when they dust me, I want a Moon to play out afterwards. I apologize for taking a punt that's going to make this match last another 20 minutes instead of winning it on the spot. Whoopsie. Whoopsie poopsie. Yeah, I don't know that they could have like an Ulamog in their deck. Are they gonna turn off the Karns? They could turn off the Karns here. They could also just like proactively be naming Chandra. Yeah, they turned off the Karns. Look at that. Still added a loyalty to my Karn. Joke's on you. Ooh, they drew Blast Zone. This might get them to All is Dust the Blood Moons so they can use the Blast Zone in the future, but I've been cleverly holding this extra Blood Moon here. Chalice for 0. Yeah, that's definitely what they intended to do. That's definitely what they intended to do. There's been some misplays during this match on both sides. It's been a fantastic game of soccer, punting the ball back and forth here. found a toy. Deploy win condition. Actually, they're going to get to... I'm actually going to down-tick this and draw a card. Because I think they're pretty likely to all is dust with this Chandra in play. So I wanna draw a card for the long term. Dang it, Karn. Dang it, Karn. Jokes like that are not welcome here, Mark. So take a 10-minute break and come back when you can try and be a better person. Wow, we're not all as dusting my Chandra. That's bold. Let's start by blessing this and see where we go. Do I? Well, so like I can abrade their Spyglass, I guess. Do I unlock the Karns? I mean, like, they don't have anything else useful to do with their Karn, right? Hey, Shadi, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. We aim to please around here. They have 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 8 mana. This doesn't make mana, but they have 9 lands. So if we find another Abrade and a mana, we can lock them out like we should have done a while ago. The other news is that, like, my opponent's down to 8 minutes here, and they have to win this game and the next one. So, like, my opponent's pretty unlikely to be able to win this match. New to using Prime subs. If I use my Prime sub the day after tomorrow, do I get a 2-month streak? Yeah. There's I think it's a 5-day window where when you expire, you still maintain the streak. You know, I think I'm actually gonna plus on this Wellspring and send it into Karn. Just to draw a card. Like, obviously they're going to block it, but I get to cash this in to draw cards. That sounds good. This deck is $1,100 without fetch lands. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Wow, they're just letting their Karn take it. Yeah, you take it, Karn. Good thing I brought my backup, Blood Moon. So now they can trade their mana reshaper off here, and we both get to draw a card effectively. Alright, they drew a Reality Smasher that can't attack. Oh, they can attack with Mind Stone. That's a good thing to point out. Hey, Tom, thank you for the 3 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Do I just play my second Karn here and plus on this Wellspring? I think I do, right? Defense. Does anybody remember 10 minutes ago when I punted the game-winning line, and now we're still sitting here staring awkwardly at each other with Karns and Blood Moons and Bridges? Karns and Blood Moons and Bridges, oh my. Reality Smasher resolves. I mean, I'm like pretty confident we're a lock to win from here. Like, feels like we're very solidly ahead, right? I'm gonna put a Spyglass in my bin, just in case I want to flip one out at instant speed, in case they pop something into play that I'm not expecting. Hey, Lost Axiom, thank you for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. What do you think of people playing Karn and Elves? I don't think it solves any problems that deck has, so I'm not sure why I would play it. I think it takes up a bunch of sideboard slots, which is not something I'm interested in happening. This is match 3. We are currently 2-0. We are up a game in this match. They have another Spyglass for Goblin Engineer, maybe? Yeah, they could have, like, Ulamog in the sideboard, in their deck that they could be drawing to at this point. Outside of Ulamog, we're in a pretty good spot, though. Witchbane Orb. Sure. Yeah, maybe they have an Ugin. And Goblin Engineer fetching up Spyglass, like, cuts them off of Ugin as an out here, which is nice. This can get a backup bridge, which beats Ulamog now as well. Hey, KYP, thank you for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm holding on to this other Blood Moon in my hand just in case. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to play it out here. Because I'm probably, well, it's a little bit worse against All Is Dust if they draw another one of those. I want to start getting my hand down a little bit because my Goblin Engineers are going to start drawing me some cards here. Well, Walking Ballista doesn't do anything because they have a Karn in play, Tom. We are currently waiting to draw an Abrade. We needed a Abrade and 8 mana sources. We need an Abrade and 8 mana sources. I'm killing this because I don't want to accidentally exile one of my 2 remaining Abrades. Look at that. Look at that. Played around it perfectly, chat. Perfectly. All right. So next turn we'll lock them out. So the plan now is next turn we'll be able to fetch the Mycosynth Lattice, leave 2 mana floating, and then with the floating mana, after the Lattice comes into play, this Karn will be an artifact, and we'll be able to kill it with a Abrade. So they'll be locked out of playing stuff, and we will not be. I have the mana without Chandra. I guess if I plus Chandra here, I technically have double Abrade up. So this destroys this. So now my stuff works again and theirs doesn't. Hey, Craigan, thank you for the 2 months support there. I appreciate that. Or the brand new Prime support. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. I'm not sure you deserve my sub considering what you're currently doing to yourself, your opponent, and your viewers, but here you go. Thanks for the 2.5 years of Prime Base. I appreciate it. Should we search up Welding Jar or does it not matter? It doesn't matter. Alright, so that game could have ended 20 minutes sooner if I'd have taken the correct line with an earlier Abrade. Yeah, their lands don't make mana, Tom. We want it like this, right? Alright, 3-0. An hour and a half and we're 3-0. We've cashed the lead, chat. Goblin Engineer seems like a solid upgrade to this deck. I always found this deck really middling in the past, and both Goblin Engineer and Karn both added nice angles of attack to it. Odds of this being one of your more popular YouTube odds today? Probably. This is the deck of the day so far. Which is a low bar, because, like, Fairies was really bad. I think I mulligan this. This doesn't do anything without a Karn. I don't have a Goblin Engineer for this. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I'll leave, I'm gonna bottom a second Abrade, actually. If I didn't have this first one in hand, I think I'd keep that. Grishelbrand doesn't have enough green cards to play Force of Vigor consistently, I don't think, to Paris. You'd have to, maybe if you work more Manamorphos into Grishelbrand, but like, you only have 9 green cards right now. We're going to have to cash a lot of leagues to make up for the Pact of Negations. That's true. Hey, we only lost $7 borrowing the Pact of Negations. Kinda, Tony. So, like, some cards like Liquimetal Coating and Bridge, for instance, you just have in both. We are undefeated in this league so far, Nivik. Turn 1, Neonate. I think that means I want to just fetch a Bridge. So, my sponsor has some new cards, but not others. So, like, to play Fairies, for instance, this morning, I had to get some cards from bots. And all the cards are very expensive while they're new. So, I had to put up $105 worth of tickets to get 6 cards for the first league we played today. And then when I sold those cards, I only got like $98 worth of tickets back. So I effectively paid a $7 rental fee to borrow those cards for a league. Oh, I should have really played a Mountain on 2, huh? Yeah, not playing a Mountain on 2 is a big mistake. So they get to bring back Vengevine, and then they get to cast this turn as an 8/8. So they get to Convoke off of these and then Delve. The fact that I didn't play a Mountain last turn might lose me this game, because I can't double spell. I need to draw Simian Spirit Guide really bad. For reference, this is for people who are newer to Magic and Modern, this is my opponent's second turn. They have 14 power in play, and they can produce more power still because Carrion Feeder can sacrifice this to make 2 2/2s. Sorry, not double spell. It would let me activate Engineer and cast a spell. So right now I can't activate Engineer and cast a spell because I have to play this Darksteel Citadel to activate the Engineer. Whereas if I would have put this Mountain into play, I'd be in a better spot. Oh, geez. And then they get to recast this 8/8 again and then sacrifice. How much power are they going to have on turn 2? This is 12. So this is 8, 12, 15. They're going to have 23 power on turn 2. $23 power on turn 2. Gosh, who's excited for that new non-rotating format in the fall? Raise your hand. Thank goodness Splinter Twin and Stoneforge Mystic are banned. I'm really glad that the Wizards of the Coast design team determined that Stoneforge Mystic couldn't be printed into the format, but this is fine. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. Man, I don't know if I could do a whole day of this format every week. Like, playing a couple matches is fine, but like, the longer I sit and think about like what happens in this format, I just get mad. It's just like incredibly frustrating. Yeah, so I punted this game. If I would have played one of these last turn or the Darksteel Citadel, I would be able to prevent them from attacking with these 3. But because I can't get another card out of my hand here because of the way I sequence my lands, I can't get Bridge into play and have less than 4 cards in my hand. So all of these are going to get to attack me this turn, which means I'm dead. And like, there's no guarantee I'd be able to get my hand to 1 card next turn to still live, but I wouldn't be dead on this attack if I would have played my lands differently. I mean, like, 3... So here's the thing, though, Flying. 3 Moto decks is all day. Like, 3 Magic Online decks take between 2 and 2.5 hours to play Leagues with a lot of the time. If they're not completely flaming piles of garbage, it takes that long to play a League with them. Alright, I have an extra Anger, and that's it. I think I want to leave the Cage in the sideboard to fetch with Karn. I think. Yeah, Moto is much, much slower than Magic Arena. Moto does not have a ladder like Arena. It costs $10 to play 5 matches on Magic Online. So, the league we played earlier today with Blue-Black Fairies, in addition to losing $7 finding the cards to play the deck, we had to pay $10 to lose 3 matches. So it effectively cost me $17 to go 0-3 in my first league this morning. Playing Modern feels like a format where the designers have decided that everybody else gets to play with the toys that they like to play with in like these Bridgevine decks and these Dredge decks and these Neoform and Grishelbrand decks, but I can't register cards like Stoneforge Mystic and Splinter Twin that are likely much lower power level. That's why I find Modern frustrating to play when I sit and play it for a long time. Like, there's some neat games. Like, this deck's played some neat games. But, like, having happened what just happened and then thinking about, like, well, I can't put a Batterskull into play on turn 3. It's just, like, makes me annoyed. Yeah, right? At least you get a free drink while you sit at the blackjack table. Exactly. Of course, it's that way. Watching play design play things like Dredge and Osium in the Super League as decks these guys love and grind really highlighted why the ban list is managed the way it is. That's a great thought, actually. This hand just doesn't... I mean, I guess this hand plays a Cage, but like by the time Cage happens, it's too slow, right? I need a fast bridge or a... I need a fast bridge or an Anger in my opener, I think. And even, God, honestly, Anger is probably not even good enough in this matchup a lot of the time, right? Because they just get to put an 8/8 into play. All right, Anger plus Bridge might cover our bases if we can draw lands. Twin is too strong with the London Mulligan. Listen, on modern days, we're going to manage the chat similar to how we used to. If you post utter nonsense, you're getting a 10-minute break. Twin's too good with the London Mulligan. Get out of here. Listen, I've got to manage keeping it together while I get my opponent putting 30 power into play on turn 2. I don't got time to listen to bad takes like Splinter Twin's too good for Modern. Thanks for the bits, Matto. Yeah, the London Mulligan lets people actually play meaningful games of Magic. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. I don't really feel like playing this match. It's pretty frustrating Magic overall. This league's already running long. Let's move on to the next one. They ditched Ancient Grudge here, so like my Ensnaring Bridge isn't going to be good enough. Hey, Brewski, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub and for 9 months at that. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. MF Morales, thank you for the 4-month resub. Welcome. Yeah, Green Stompy's on my website, Chewy. This build has some new cards in it, but there are a variety of leagues on my website for sure. I believe it's under the fan favorite section. I dream of a world where I can pot into Stoneforge Mystic, enchant it with Splinter Twin, and tutor all my swords. That is a lovely dream to have. Yeah, Hagog seems great. And that decks like Bridgefind that are looking for very specific combinations of cards, those are decks that are going to get better with the London Mulligan for sure. You know, if I could take my tinfoil hat and strap it on for a second, I wonder if they keep things like Stoneforge Mystic banned in Modern, because they don't want players who like fair interactive Magic gravitating towards this format. So that way they're more incentivized to play Standard, which is the rotating format to keep people buying new cards. That's the tinfoil hat suggested, right? Yeah, me too, Winmagus. Me too. What about Trinisphere here? Do I want this Trinisphere? I think I do. I think I do. That's a next level hot take there, right? I mean, they're making a new non-rotating format out of necessity, Wesselmose. If they don't make a new non-rotating format, they have to either... If they don't make a new non-rotating format, they have to either... what's the word I'm searching for? They have to either add Modern to Arena, which is never going to happen, or let people dust their cards, right? So, like, the new format is finally happening because they need something to do on Arena. I believe Standard Plus is coming in the fall. I would love if they introduced it earlier than that, but the fall is likely when it's happening. I think I want all my Chalice of the Voids in the main deck so I can draw them. Liquimetal Coating doesn't seem particularly good. I think I want the Dragon's Claw on the sideboard for the Karns. Chandra might also be okay. Blood Moon is actually kind of okay in this matchup because it locks them off of casting their white spells, which is a significant portion of their stuff. I feel like Ensnaring Bridge is actually a little bit mediocre here, just because it's hard for us to get our hand completely empty super quick. I'm going to bring in a Welding Jar instead of the last one. I think Anger is fine. I think Anger is better than 1-drops. I think a Witchbane Orb in the side of this deck. I don't know that it's useful in enough places to be worth a slot. Yeah, Dragon's Claw. So by leaving the one Dragon's Claw on the sideboard, I get 4 copies of it with the Karns, which I think is what I want to be doing. Hey, what's going on, Simian? They've not confirmed the sets yet, ad nauseam. We know nothing other than it's happening by this fall. Well, the Goblin's gonna die almost every time, Draven. Like, last game, the Goblin came into play and just died. 2 of the Karns are foil because MTGO traders only had 2 non-foils and 2 foils. So I had to get 2 and 2 so I could have a playset. I don't think this hand does enough, right? I think I'm gonna mulligan. Yay! That's fine. We get to be on the play for the third one. London Mulligan's coming when? Never soon, soon enough. London Mulligan's coming next month. Spike me, daddy. Yeah, turn 2 Chalice for 1 on the draw against Burn is not good enough. They've already cast 3 1-mana spells at this point and likely don't have any more in their hand. Oh! Oh, that first hand had a gemstone mine in it, didn't it? Is that good enough? Maybe. Maybe it's good enough. Yeah, we had gemstone mine. Yeah, I forgot about gemstone mine. Gemstone Caverns, whatever this card is called. So the London Mulligan on Arena is in the Singleton event. Yikes. That's sad. I was looking forward to maybe playing with it. If you ask for a timeout hurt, your sword automatically goes away. That's a Twitch thing. I mean, it's not really weird. Most people, and most channels, timeouts are punishment. So if most people are timing out a mod, it means that the mod was abusive. Hey, Sunny D, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. So Chalice locks them off of some ones. We have Anger to clean up like an Eidolon here. The second Chalice is going to go on 2, which should mostly lock them out of the game. I'm going to go ahead and slide this out here. Hopefully they don't have a smash to smithereens here. If they have a smash, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Just a skull crack. Deal. Bask in the saltiest format. It really is, isn't it? Yay! Thank you, Goblin Guide. I appreciate you. So, I think I'm abrading plus Goblin Engineer this turn, and the next turn we'll slide out Chalice on 2. Legacy's not really a salty format. Legacy's a format that has a pretty incredible depth of long, meaningful games. Legacy doesn't have a lot of gameplay variety. The decks that are good all tend to be very similar to each other, but like, from what I would consider a quality of gameplay standpoint, Legacy is very high. Hey, Max, thanks for the 9 months. Welcome back. Got these. See Green Black Elves a bump, but then saw it's on the list for today already, so I guess put them towards whatever you want. Thanks for the support, Beefcake. Scale of 1 to 10. Dead side of the scale. Got it. Yep. Goblin Engineer was kind of sweet. Karn was great. I can see why people have been playing Karn in this archetype. We might have been slightly better off if I hadn't played the wrong land on turn 2 against the Bridgevine matchup, but honestly, the Bridgevine matchup's probably pretty rancid for this deck in general. I think especially with the London Mulligan coming to supercharge Dredge and decks like that, if I were to play this again, I would cut these Eidolons and something else, and I would get 4 Leyline of the Voids into this sideboard. I think showing up and not playing 4 Leyline of the Voids in Modern is probably going to be a little bit of a punt unless you can effectively race some of these decks, and racing them is going to be incredibly difficult. Alright, on to the next one.